Hi, my name is Bridget. I'm from North Carolina. I have cerebral palsy and I love doing jewelry. Today I'm going to show you how to do a right ankle weave bracelet. I have got this one started and this is what you're going to come out with. You take your seed beads, the pink seed bead, you put 2 on each side, and then you will take your round you let these go down, and then you take your round and when you do this, you make sure you put your round bead on the left side of the string, because it won't work if you put it on the right one. You take your 8 cord, and this is the clear bead. Sometimes it works for me, and sometimes it doesn't. Pull it down a little bit more. Like I said, this is a 0.7 cord, and this will fit most beads. You can get 0.5 in the stretchy cord, and that's really thin. I don't like to work with it, but you let the bead slide down, and this is how it's going to start. I already put 2 on there, but that's how you go to start. My blue one, I'm going to finish it up for you. I'm going to show you what you need to do. I have this almost done on this side. So let's see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. I'm going to put 3 more on here. And then the 16th one, I'm going to show you what I do. Go put, and like I said, this is a fun project. I have tried to show kids to do this, but it's a little hard for them. But even if you just do a regular bracelet with kids, they love doing this kind of stuff. Especially little girls. A basic bracelet, you can just string them on as much as you want for a necklace. For a right ankle weave, the round ones, the ones in the middle, I usually go from 15 to 18 big beads in the middle, just because you want that length so it's not tight on the wrist. I made my peach one a little tight. I can still wear it, but it's a little tight. It's a very, very, very pretty peach. Okay, you put your 4 beads on. Now, with your left side, you will put the round bead and make sure it's the left side that you're doing, because it will not work on the right side. Okay, stick the cord in, and then you let it slide, and it should look like that. Go put one more on, and then I'm going to show you how number 16 goes on, and then I'm going to show you how to do the other side. And it's a repetitive stitch or weave that you do. So it's a very simple one too. I like doing them. I do earrings too, which I will show you in another video. Let that drop, and then with your left side, you put the round bead on, and you let the like I said, make sure you have light when you do this project, because depending on the bead that you are working with, it might be a little hard to see the hole of the bead. Okay, once I do that, I will put 4 more of the blue on, 2 on each side, like I've been doing. And then I'm going to show you how you do the last one on this side. Blue is my favorite color, so I like this one. The peach one is pretty too. I could do multiple colors like this. I can go 2 different colors on the sides if I really want to with this. And I might do the blue and the peach because I think it's a pretty color. Or I can do the blue and pink. Either one if you want one. I mean, I got other colors too if you want. I think I got orange. I don't know if I got yellow, but I got gold. I thought about doing that for a friend. A brown and gold one. Now, okay. This part might be a little tricky. You just gotta make sure both of the ends are as even as you can get. With the round bead, and all of this depends on the bead and how big the hole is. You want to get both strings like I just did. You pull it down. You pull it. I don't know if I messed up or if it's just not pulled. Oh, there we go. And it will look like that. It looks like a little triangle. I usually try to put a knot or 2 at the end so it doesn't go nowhere. Because sometimes these beads, like I said, the knot is going to go inside the hole. So I'm hoping it will just stay there until I get done. On this side, you take maybe about 15 inches of, about 15 inches. I'm not going to say, it's about 15 inches. 10 to 15 inches of the stretchy cord. It all depends what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with a little more, I mean, I know it might be a little wasteful, but I can always, excuse me, I can always use the cord for something. Now you just stick the cord through the hole. I have to switch it this way. like I said, sometimes it takes me a minute to fish it through. Okay, there we go. Alright, you fish it through that, and then you get them together. Just like on the other side, you put 2 on each side. Sorry if I'm not looking up too much. And I would suggest when you do this, make sure your beads are all separated and you know which one's which. It makes life easier that way. Now, you take your left side like you usually do. I've been doing. You do that. You put it on your left side. Make sure it's always on your left side when you do the right ankle weave. Okay. You take go through. And sometimes it slides because this is a little thinner string. But it's okay too. So. And then I'm going to put 4 more. 4 more. And I'm going to put 4 more. And at the end, if you want to, when you do the last round, if you want to put a couple of the seed beads, if you think it's going to be too tight, you can put a couple of seed beads at the end. And I can show you that in just a second. See, sometimes I can measure out where if it needs to have an extra one, or if that's going to be enough. I'm going to, just for sake of it, put an extra bead, just because sometimes, like I said, my wrists swell up sometimes, so it's going to be 19 beads all together if you want it bigger. And you can make these anklets too. So, because you can always add a couple beads at the very end. And it won't bother it. And another thing about these bracelets, they're really simple and you can do any kind of color combinations with them. Now the last one doesn't want to go in for me. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to, because see, the reason I'm saying you want to measure, because I can tell if it's going to be too big on my wrist or not. Like I said, if you think it's going to be too big, the only thing you do, I think it might be a little too big, I'm just going to take this back off. And now the only thing you do, if you want to, excuse me, is you could put a seed bead on each end, which I might I might do just for to show you you can make it bigger without destroying the pattern. Okay, you do it like that, and some sea beads, I'm not going to say all sea beads, will fit through. I am going to try. If not, I can just tie it off. Okay. This one, like I said, it's not going to happen. So, what you do is take both sides and you just, what I do, I usually try to do 2 knots, just because it's just safer that way for me, and I know I'll get everything if I can get it tied today. But yes, that is as simple as it's gonna get. Make sure when you do the knots, you do a tight knot. Because see, this might just actually fit my wrist, but it looks really small too. That's what I'm saying. You can, what I do, if I think it's too tight, is I can add another clear bead, just so I know it's big enough for me. It just all depends on what pattern you want to. Like I said, the last bit of it will be the hardest part about it. There we go. There's one. You want to make sure you do it on both sides, because sometimes it just doesn't look right. If you need to, just snip off the extra. Because, I mean, that's what I'm going to do anyways. Just snip it off after I do knots. So, last cord to tie is probably going to be the easiest. Sometimes you have to play around with the beads too. Almost got it. Sometimes it's a little tricky, like I said, because you want to get both in there. Like I said, you just do an overhand knot, and then, like I said, I do extra because when you pull it, you want to make sure it doesn't come loose. So I will probably, like I said, for me, I have to pull hard. It's just the way my hands go. And do this, spread it out, and make sure it's tight. If you don't think it's tight, it's going to come apart on you. And if you cut it, and then it falls apart, you ruin the whole project. And then you have to go and redo it again. So what I usually do at this point, I don't go all the way down to the knot. What I do is, just to be on the safe side, I go about a quarter of an inch and just snip. Just so you don't get the knot. And then there will be extra, but you can always trim it too at this point. And like I said, this fits my wrist perfect. And like I said, it'll probably take you an hour to probably figure and play around. And that's my right ankle weave. I have it in peach. I can do blue. This one's mine, but I can do blue. I can do pink. I can do blue and pink. I can do blue and the peach. I don't know how well the pink and peach will look, but I got other colors too. So if you're interested in having one, these are $4.50. And if you want one, contact me on Facebook. Share, like, and leave me a comment if you want. I'll talk to you later.